everyone. My name is Catherine Beltran, and I'm a lead coach here at Simplicity Ops. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about accounts. Now, there's a few tips that can help guide you in terms of getting those accounts into your database, maintaining them, and then just some helpful reminders that we may have forgotten since we don't use it every day. Now, the first thing I want to tackle is really how to get those accounts in there. Now, this might have been something we set up long ago. It might be something that we didn't even know was possible, but there are really two methods to get those accounts into your database. Now, the one thing I do want to preface before I really take a deep dive into that is to remind yourself that the CRM really isn't the truth source when it comes to those numbers for your accounts. This is really something that'll help when it comes to linking to tasks. But if you're actually looking for the absolute correct value that is attached with your accounts, I would still go to your custodian, portfolio management, wherever it is that you really have those accounts housed. This is really just kind of that like perk to seeing it on a quick snapshot within Redtail itself. But again, coming back to really how to get those accounts in here, there's two methods. One is through an integration, the other is through manually adding those accounts. Now, if you're not sure if an integration is possible, I'd always just recommend seeing if it's even possible. If you head up to that question mark in the top right hand corner and then head to the other question mark, the Redtail help desk, you're going to be brought to kind of like the library of all things Redtail. One of which, if you go to that dog in the hammock of the Redtail CRM, you're going to come and you're going to see a section that's flat out dedicated to just integration partners. Now, once we're in here, if you click down here, there's a section strictly for portfolio management and custodians. If you click on that, it's going to show you all of the possible account integrations that are in Redtail that they will help support. So I'd always recommend hopping in here. More importantly, if you click into an actual integration, I'm just going to click into Orion here, you're going to see how to set that up. And if you scroll a little bit further, my favorite section, how it's actually supposed to work. All of these can differ, so this is definitely something I would kind of just keep in my back pocket because it's going to help just again answer, what account fields may be coming over. Hey, is it working? Things like that. I'd always check this out myself. Now, again, that's option one. Option two is to manually add the account into your database. So if I come over, I'm going to just hop into, let's go into Maggie here real quick. And if I wanted to add an account, I'm going to head over to accounts on the left-hand side. Now, once I'm here, I'm going to click add account on the far right-hand side. So we're going a little back and forth here for a second. But once we're in here, we can manually type in all of this data. Now, this isn't something I would do for all of my accounts, but something like maybe like an insurance or like an annuity. Neither of those tend to be part of those account feeds. This could be something that could be manually added that you'd find beneficial. Now, another tip that I would definitely recommend just being aware of, hopping into, and knowing again, is to update these fields. Now, most integrations, when they push that feed over, they don't fill in the company, the product, identify the type, and that can be really valuable, again, if you're just quickly looking at those accounts or attaching them to follow-up tasks or even the notes that you're entering in. That's really the main purpose of having these accounts in here, is to give those added benefits with notes and with activities. So if you're like me and you just saw the account number and you weren't sure what that product was or that type, it could be really confusing to know if I'm attaching the right number. So if you want to come in here and update this, sure, you can click into every single one of these accounts and edit it manually. I do not recommend that. That sounds like the worst idea ever. Don't do that. You can update it in bulk if that is the case. If you head over to reports, there is actually like a hidden gem in here in the accounts by contact. So again, if I head to reports and accounts by contact, you're going to see that there is an option, and I'll just click a couple accounts here really quick. If I click on account options, there is a change field spot. So I can come in here and change that product in bulk. I can change that company in bulk. The type, you get where I'm going here. I can do all of this on a massive scale rather than going into every single one of those accounts. I do need to know which ones are similar, so I'm not inappropriately labeling them, but again, this could be something I could do quickly. Now, the last tip here really is just a helpful reminder. If I head back to the Today page, one thing I would really encourage anytime you open a new account is to click on the AUM button on the Today page. The reason I'm having us come here is for that unlinked account section. If I have anything other than 0 here, click it. The reason you want to do that is because that means there's an account just kind of sitting there in limbo, not adding to your AUM and not reflecting on the appropriate contact. So you can come in here, link it up to whatever contact it needs to be, but you want to make sure you do this. You don't want anything sitting in the unlinked account spot.